Okay, so I was just online and I saw a video. Really fucking spooked me because there was implications in the. I said I wasn't gonna get into this in my head, but after that video, I feel like I have to at least make my stand, even if it's not going to reach anyone. I feel like if I'm this sounds really fucking self-aggrandizing and shit, but if this video somehow makes it happen, then I might as well just do it. Like, stop this shit. Stop this bullshit garbage. More people need to be against this, for fuck's sake. Okay, I should probably explain what the video was. Basically, apparently, Ukraine just was bombing some places in Russia, and the video really scared me because of, like I said, the implications for what to come next from this. And, like, the media keeps saying, oh, well, the media, when this started out, they probably still tell you this if you asked one of them just randomly. They keep telling you that Putin is a warmonger and he's blood hungry and shit. Well, if that was the case, he would have already done some horrible things. I think we can at least trust that he's not suicidal. Because although that might change, and that's why I'm making this video, because let's stop fucking pretending if this goes nuclear, we have a fucking chance in hell of surviving, any of us, at all. I did some research in this when the war that's going on over there first started happening. It might have changed since then, but Russia had somewhere around 5,880 something nukes. And the US, I know that more accurately, I'm pretty sure, is like 5,244, 5,244, or somewhere on there. And if we add that together, that's around 11,130 nukes. And that's just the two superpowers with nukes and stuff. We don't know about the rest of the world and all that. You add that, who knows? But just those two countries, it's 11,130, around thereabouts, nukes one of them could trigger the entire planet to go bye-bye over time, but if all of them went off, we're gone in an hour. I'm probably not. I'm just making guesstimates here. But even just one of these things going off would be catastrophic, and yet these fucking psychopaths in power and in the news are just talking about war as if it's something left to fight after those things start coming down. One of those goes off, it's death for the entire human race. One. Once one of them goes off, we're all dead. Okay? Not immediately, obviously, but yes. One of those going off is the death of this species. From all of the research I've looked into this about, because I needed to, for my own sanity, when this started happening, and the fear of that was genuinely very real in my head, especially considering I just watched Threads for the first time, and that movie, I'm never watching it again, by the way, I refuse. there's no defense. There's no escape from these things. These missile interceptors they keep talking about, they're a fucking joke. They're at best they're only partially effective, and that's in limited cases. And even besides that, we don't have anywhere enough to stop thousands of them raining down in every major city on this planet. Okay, we don't have enough. From the best science that we have, that I've looked into, that I've tried to understand, within 72 minutes of this happening, at least 60% of the world's population is either vaporized or slowly rotting away from radiation. And these fuckers in charge of our countries keep escalating shit like everything's gonna be magically fine. Newsflash, jackasses in power, no it won't. Not even for you. You with all your money and your protection and your shiny, shiny stuff. No. You'd be dead too. You wanna know something? Lucky ones would die instantly. Just poof, gone. Vaporized into atoms. Rest, well, they'll wish they had died then. Nuclear winter. Food becomes extremely scarce, and there will be wars over that if this happens. World as we know it would be gone. And why? Because the people in power wanted to wave their cocks around like this was a dick measuring contest. This isn't hypothetical, okay? This is real. You want to talk about nuclear fucking missiles and shit back in like the 50s? U.S., they detonated that bomb in the Bikini Atoll, and that's the whole thing. It was like 15 megatons, I'm pretty sure, or somewhere around there. I mean, from what I remember, when I looked into this, they thought it was like 5. No. It was 15. That's about 1,000 times more powerful than the one on Hiroshima, which, however you pronounce it. Basically, fireball, 3 miles wide, sky engulfed by this, and apparently it was visible from 135 miles away. I'm just saying, that was like 70-ish years ago. If they were that powerful then, how powerful do you think they fucking are now? And yet, like I keep reiterating, these fucking pricks in charge. Oh, it's just the threat of nuclear war with Russia. Oh yeah, it's just like dinner on a Tuesday night. To them, apparently. These aren't weapons, okay? They're basically extinction in a long tube. This world is literally 1 second, one bad decision away from. And let me just say, if you think there is a way back from it, you're living some fantasy there. And before people that will inevitably say, oh, it'll never happen. It'll never happen. It's just fear mongering, you know? No one in their right mind would do that. Look at history. You think people are rational? You think the powers that be are rational? Yeah, no. No. You think that the cooler heads are going to prevail when everything's on the line like this? No. History is full of leaders as well as normal people making stupid, suicidal decisions driven by various reasons, ego, desperation, blind national pride, etc. Basically stupid, idiot reasons. I mean, if you look at history, Cuban Missile Crisis, 1983 Soviet false alarm, you know, Stanislav, whatever his name was, the dude that stopped that. Stanislav Petrov, I think, something like that. We were one step away from nuclear annihilation. I would have been born. I wouldn't have been born. I'm just saying, that happened, world's over. Back then, too. I'm just saying, you think Putin or the US wouldn't do it if pushed far enough? You think our system is somehow foolproof despite the boatloads of history that prove otherwise, of other empires that went bye-bye? You know, mutually shared destruction basic rests on the idea that someone might just push it, might just push that big red button and end the world. Once those are in the air, no amount of diplomacy, late-night peace talks, or any strategy will stop it, okay? It's not just a few cities. It's the entire infrastructure of our civilization gone like that. Okay? Trade routes, civil communications, gone. Governments either collapsed entirely or reduced. Just shadows of the power that they had as, you know, survivors scavenge for water and food in this hellscape that will come of this. The sheer absurdity of this is like insanely difficult to comprehend for me, that the governments have spent literal decades amassing these fucking death machines, trillions of dollars, into making sure that we could just kill the human race hundreds of times over, as if once wasn't fucking enough for these pieces of shit. I'm just saying, once they start falling, none of that fucking matters. Power play, strategic alliances, politics, gone. Gone in the second a nuke detonates above city, okay? Gone. One bomb, hundreds of thousands of lives. And if you multiply that by whatever the number was I said earlier, 11,130 something like that, I can't even fathom that. I can't even fathom my destruction. You know what's worse than that? Like I said, the survivors would wish they were dead. Because the weapons, they don't just kill, they poison the entire Earth, okay? Radiation spreads. Air contaminated. Soil ruined. Water. Literally everything. No boundaries, okay? Oh, you preppers, you doomsday preppers, you think you're safe? Just because you live in the countryside or the government has a fallout plan or you have a fallout plan? Yeah, no. Long-term effects, like I said, are even more terrifying. Radioactive stuff, just in the environment for decades. Ecosystems ruined, food sources gone, entire generations just crippled with cancer and birth defects. I'm sorry, and we're still talking about this like it's a political option. We're still talking about it like it's a political option. It isn't an active nuclear war. Isn't an active war. It's the end of the species. Okay, not just us, but who knows how many other species on this planet? Because honestly, humans, I don't like us, but other animals, no, I no. We're not just at risk of losing a single fucking battle, okay? It's the entire future and past. All of the achievements and music and books and shit and everything we made just gone. Because some pricks in power were mad that the other guy called them some names, or I think you want to talk about progress? Imagine where we could be if our governments weren't pumping all this money into perfecting ways to kill the species. All the diseases we could have cured, frontiers we could have explored, technologies we could have, but who knows? Maybe none of that would have happened. But even still. Instead, we're just sitting in a power keg and everyone's pretending it's perfectly normal to be one diplomatic fight away from annihilation. I'm just saying, even the political elites, the military brass, the so-called leaders, whatever the fuck that means, who drag us into all these fucking nightmare wars and shit, they've built bunkers and escape plans, and apparently they'll be deep underground while we fry. But when they've crawled out of their tiny little molehills, they won't find anything sustainable. They'll find a world they can't live in. A world destroyed by them and their retardation. Their insatiable thirst for control and power and blah, 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 blah. And all the wealth in the fucking world wouldn't save them from what they created themselves. Which, I mean, to be honest, that would be a hell of a fucking wake-up call for them, but we shouldn't let it get to that point. So every time you hear about tensions with Russia or any mention of a nuclear conflict, remember, no, they're gambling with your fucking life, with your future, and with the entire human species, and everything we've built and created. And if you think that someone's gonna just step and waltz in and fix all of it, no, motherfucker, no. That's it. This isn't a game where you can just waltz away. Once they're launched, it's over. No reset button, no miracle intervention. More people need to wake up and fucking realize this. And fucking fight against it. I'm sorry, this is, I'm sick and fucking tired of seeming to be one of the only people worried about this, even though I know I'm not. I fucking hate this shit. I hate feeling like I'm a genius surrounded by a bunch of idiots. Okay, I hate feeling like this because it means that the possibility of this happening is still there. But of course, the governments don't want people to be smart because then they could challenge their power. And an intelligent and educated populace is much more dangerous than a dumb and tame one. So it makes sense why a lot of people in this country and other around the world are just dumb. It's because the government doesn't want them to be smart. I'm just saying. Wake up.